No matter how tough an experience is that you're going through, there's always a lesson to be learned. Hey, welcome back. Jeff Heggie, Daily Success Strategies. Thanks for being with me today. Hope you had a great weekend, and I hope you're ready to really hit it hard this week and do some great things. Today, what I want to talk about is some of the lessons learned through adversity. But before we start that, same thing we do every Monday. We've got to talk about what we're going to accomplish this week, how we're going to do those things, and have some accountability to it. So if you're new here, thanks for joining us. You have to have specific, clearly defined, written out goals. If you don't, go to jeffhaggie.com/goals, get my free goal setting program and get this figured out. But what we do here is we talk about the things that we want to figure out so that by Friday, we can look back and say it's been a successful week and we're closer to our bigger goals. And then you've got to be held accountable to it. That's a big part of goal setting, is your accountability. So if you're on any of my coaching programs, you're going to end up getting your accountability emails. If you haven't already, make sure to get back to me on that. Set your accountability so on Friday we can review this. If you're not on any of my coaching programs, if you're watching or listening to this on social media, commit to what you're going to do. Leave a comment, do something like that, send me a DM, email me at jeff@jeffhaggie.com, whatever you want to do, but do something to hold yourself accountable to what you need to accomplish this week. All right, so I had an opportunity to sit down with a friend today, and we were talking about some of the hardest things we've been through that has actually turned into great lessons for us. You know, an experience for me with my manufacturing company over the last few years as we got to the point of shutting it down. There's so many different experiences that I've learned from it. It didn't make it any easier to go through. It was still one of the hardest times of my life, but there's also a lot of blessings that came from it. You know, if I didn't have that company going, we wouldn't have got our green cards, we wouldn't be in the US. A lot of the things that we look at as blessings today came from that company, and there were a lot of great things that happened in that company, and met a lot of great people, worked with some amazing people, but there was also some really difficult times that we went through as we closed that down. But we talked about the opportunities we have from that. Like I said, just because you learn something from it doesn't make it any easier. But one of the things I want you to recognize is every situation you go through, good or bad, there's lessons to be learned from it. And one of the things that we need to try to do more is, in that situation, ask ourselves, what are we learning? What am I learning right now in this situation? It might not make it any easier. It might not make that situation seem any better, but it might really help you in the long run. What are you going through right now that seems so difficult that might be teaching you a lesson that could potentially change your life, potentially change your future? Because when you start looking for those things, you're going to be able to direct your life and make better decisions on how you're going to move forward. And this is the same thing. It doesn't have to be a bad situation that you're going through. When things are going great, what are you learning? You know, I had a lot of really good things happen in my programs last week that I'm working with some new amazing people. What are the lessons I can learn from this? What are the things that I can take from the things we did last week and grow from them? You know, an example of this group I'm working with right now, in the second meeting we had a few weeks ago, some of them got up and spoke about the impact the first meeting had. And most times I don't get to hear people talk about that impact. And it was actually really humbling, and it was really informative, and I really appreciated it. But it really gave me a lot of energy towards the things I had taught in the first time that I met with these people. And, you know, as we look at those things, it really gave me a lot more power and confidence in those things that I knew they had an impact. And so when I'm working with other people on that same subject, I know how it treated these other people and how I can continue on. So good or bad, whatever you're going through right now, take a break and look at it. What can you learn from this situation? What can you learn that's going to help your future get bigger, better, and easier? Because everything we're doing, we can learn from it. So make sure you take time to reflect on that. Thanks for being with me. Make sure you're setting your goals. Be accountable to those things. We want to get closer and closer to our bigger goals every week. Thanks for being with me. I'll be back tomorrow. Hey, athletes and parents of athletes. So much time, money, and effort is put into the physical aspect of your sport to become the best you can be. But the mental game, it's often neglected, and it's just as important as the physical game. In fact, it's usually the differentiator between the good and the great athletes. Come and join me in the Confident Athlete program where you'll learn to control your confidence, develop a powerful mindset, and unlock your full potential. Go to jeffheggie.com/confidentathlete to find out more. I look forward to seeing you there. Hey, some of you may know this, but in addition to my coaching, I've recently joined Geneva Financial Home Loans, a mortgage lender headquartered in Chandler, Arizona, as a mortgage loan originator. I've always had a passion for serving others, and now I'm proud to also be a part of Home Loans Powered by Humans. If you're in the state of Arizona and looking to take the next step in your journey, contact me at 801-830-3858 to start the conversation. NMLS number 42056, BK number 0910215, Equal Opportunity Lender.